Hello, this is Old Man, and welcome back. Here we are, stranded in a island of despair, um, waiting for trying to figure out how to get home. But I do think some land has spawned in, and I believe that might be our true spawn over there. So we're going to swim over there and see if we can work our way back to Atreena and get out of this miserable, desolate wasteland. And maybe we'll build something there in the near future. Now, I did see somewhere here under the water, we saw a ocean monument. So maybe that is going to be a good thing for us in the long haul. Hopefully, we can get we can take on that dungeon here in the near future, and that would be good. But I think that over there. So I'm not going to use F3 because I feel like that's cheating in this circumstance. But things did eventually render in, thank goodness. And I think this is where we need to go. Now I do think we are in the middle of winter as well, so that's going to be an interesting paradigm here. But I'm going to work my way over there, and we will go from there. Hopefully we can find our way back to Atreena. I'd like to get some building done there and get a lot of this garbage unloaded, but I figured it would be appropriate to pick up exactly where we left off. So I will meet you at that pillar and see where it takes us. So, small problem, I don't see the pillar anymore now that I'm on land, but I know that our main kind of continent is a birch forest. Oh, there's the pillar right there. So this is true spawn right here. So this is good news. That means if this is true spawn, then Atreena is this way. So it's not too bad. It looks like we're not in too bad shape. And there's the house. Yahoo! We're here. Amazing. We did it. We survived. That was a wild, wild journey in the last episode, my friends. Let's get rid of these torches here. I don't know. Yeah, not what I anticipated. Not what I expected to do in the last episode, but it did go pretty good. We took on the Bastion. We got our armor upgrade trim, so I can start mining for netherite and things like that. I have a lot of building up I want to do on the capital city of Atreena. So that's going to be, I think, the next few episodes. We definitely need to fortify our area a little bit more, and we need to do a little bit more infrastructure building. It'd be good, a little more world building in the capital city. So that's good. That's what we're going to be doing for a little bit, I believe. And then we'll take a little bit of a respite from some of the more wild adventures like we've been having lately, and we will start to build out a little bit more stuff. I might build that zombie farm off camera unless something super exciting happens. Just being that it's gonna be kind of dull, in fairness. So I'll record it just in case something exciting happens, but likely the chance is, and Newt, I'm so happy to see you, good sir. Likelihood is that it's going to be boring and uneventful. So I'll probably do that off camera, and we'll follow up on that. I'm also planning on building. I want to build some more like farming areas. I want to be able to get pigs and sheep and things like that in here as well. Long term, we're going to need to start talking about. We're going to need to start talking about a bigger base in here as well, because we do not have as much in the infrastructure, in the way of infrastructure, or in the way of storage rather, as initially thought. So we're gonna have to figure that one out. We're running out of places to put chests and stuff. So yeah, again, we'll have to figure that one out. Just so happy to be home, back at Atreena. I think somewhere in here is where we were. It would have been somewhere over here, I think, is where we were lost. So The other thing I want to do here in the near future is I want to build roads and connect these cities together on an above ground pathway. Right now we have kind of an underground rail system that gets us where we need to go. I want to, and we can get to Titan's Tooth, we can get to Phoenix Landing, we can get to Wayfarer's Rest, we can get to all those via train, but not via road. So I'm going to unload all my inventory and things like that and get that sorted out, and then we will, maybe we'll address that today and start working on world traversal and go from there. All right, be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, Atreena is being raided. We must assault these guys. I'll show you some of the buildings I've put up here. I've been doing a lot of building here today, so yes, we're expanding the capital city. But yes, we're getting raided, so we're just getting these guys out of here. But I'll give you guys a progress update in a moment. I don't have a shield. My armor sucks. Huh. There we go. Destroying those guys, trying to seek their revenge. Their armies are pitiful compared to what they were during the Great Battle of Phoenix Landing. Yeah, anyway, so been doing some building. Over here I built a map house where I moved all the maps to. Currently it's winter time, so Atreena is surrounded by snow. I haven't updated the rest of it. Working on a stable over here. Yeah, I'll get that done and all tied together. But like I said, trying to build a little bit more of the, it must be spring. These things are melting. Did that guy not die? Go away! Go away! Is there another? Hey! Go away. Okay. Yes. Building up a bunch of different stuff. I've built a ton of stuff in a creative world so that I could basically have designs for this kind of thing. I wanted to have a place where I could put Cookies and Cream the horse and maybe collect some other horses and do what we want with those. At some point I'm going to build like a barn and stuff as well, kind of in this area. This is going to be kind of the livestock-y area. It must be spring because things are melting. That's phenomenal. I didn't realize it. I've been playing that long, in all honesty. But nevertheless, yes, we've got a little area for the map. So we got to fill out all these maps. This is a 5x5 map here. I wanted Atreena to be in the center, and now it is. So we've moved it over there. So I just wanted to build out the city just a little bit. Yeah, so I've been building for hours and hours and hours. Yeah. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna build this pole barn stable here. Then I'll build a couple of little train stations. I've got a design for that kind of over there tucked away in the corner. I haven't built that yet, but that'll be next. But that was a little progress update for you as we go along here in the world. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna get back at it, and we will be right back, and I'll give you a more full update. And we're back. Hello. It is the next day. We're back to building. I found a couple more chests in the abandoned mine shaft that's down there that we explored in episode 2. So I was able to name Spike the chicken. And we've got 3 more, so now we can name some more folks. Also, I want to let you guys know I enchanted more armor because my armor was beat up from the last episode. Look at this crazy helmet I got. That is awesome. I also finally got enough pieces of netherite, given all the adventure that we did, to get 1 netherite ingot. I threw it on my chestplate because it already has mending. I also got these and these. So I only put soul speed 2 on this. I had a soul speed 3 book. Oh well. But generally speaking, here's the update, right? I've been building like crazy. I've dumped probably 8 hours into building. Yeah, I already think I showed you the map room here. I built this sweet fountain because this area seemed like super empty. and I wanted something to do with my crying obsidian, so we did that. I've got a horsey stable. I still got to do the interior of that, but that can be done at another time. I put a ton more light posts all around so that we could actually see in the nighttime, things like that. But yeah, the main capital city is going to be a lot nicer. So I'm going to be. This looks pretty sweet. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm kind of liking this like whimsical, almost like mythical, combined with what's the word? It's like medieval looking in style, like this very Viking-y style, but also kind of like mystical with like the sharp color contrasts and like stuff like that. I'm kind of liking it. But now what we're going to do, now we've done a little bit more building here in the city of Atreena, the capital city. So we need a barn for these guys. This is the next big problem we need to solve. Let's get cookies and cream. We can reach her. There we go. The next big thing that we need to do is road access to some of the other areas in town. Now that it's spring, we can accomplish that. So this road should be able to lead. I think we want to go on the other. There's a ravine around here somewhere. I'm going to use this camera. Yeah, there's that ravine there. So we want to cut across here, and then it'll be the shortest bridge if we have to just bridge right through there. And then we can snake through there, and then that'll get us to. That'll jump us over an island and get us to Wayfarer's Rest on the other side. So yes, beautiful. That's what we're going to do now. We'll see how that goes, because generally speaking, so that ravine starts there. Okay, I think I want to go a little bit down from here. I probably should have brought perhaps some dirt on with me, but that's okay. We'll carve it through a little bit and make it go that way. And we'll just sink in like this, and this should, in theory, get us down to where we need to go. This is only efficiency 3, so it's going to act a little weirder than just my efficiency 4 shovel, which did break, unfortunately. Okay, this will work. So this will just curve downward. Terraform this up just a little bit. Okay, beautiful. So we'll just do this, and we'll make roads, and then that should give us some dramatic progress here in the world. Like I said, I have spent probably 8+ hours in this episode today and yesterday. Primarily just, I wanted to. We've been in this world for just about 300 days. So we've certainly done a ton in this world, right? As far as accomplishments, but we also, to some extent, as far as building wise and like infrastructure wise and things like that, just don't necessarily have a ton to show for it. So I wanted to get some more buildings up and get a little bit more like. I wanted Atreena to be a little bit more of a respectable city, so to speak. Not super on the actual pathway of our objectives, but that's okay. I said the series wasn't going to be about building, and it's not necessarily. But it doesn't mean we're not going to do some building, right? But this is, I would say, this series has become more about kind of world building, right? So we're talking about connecting all these cities and kind of infrastructure and road systems and stuff like that. We have the kind of practical, pragmatic way to travel, which is by rail system. By rail system underground, the kind of subway system that we have connecting the cities and stuff together. But also, there's not really any like actual road, or like there's nothing connecting Atreena to Wayfarer's Rest or to Phoenix Landing or anything like that. Some of these kind of substantial areas and places that we have in our world And I want to some degree to make the world feel a little bit smaller. And I think by making these kind of roads and pathways to the other villages and kind of sub areas of the world, we'll be able to make that happen a little bit easier. I don't know that I'll go like full lighting and everything like that all the way to, and maybe I probably won't do. We abandoned cookies and cream, didn't we? That's okay. I don't know that I'll do like the light post. Maybe I will along the road, but at least something that we can kind of follow down the path. And I want to be able to, basically my goal here, I want to be able to ride a horse to one of the villages, right? Because currently we cannot do that at all because of all these goofy rivers and like weird path traversals, and it's just a huge pain in the butt to try and travel in this world in general. So unless you take the rail system, which is cool, it's underground, so it doesn't. I'm an above ground guy. You can ask Red Jagoon. My big thing is like, if you can build it underground, why wouldn't you build it above ground? Because then you actually get some kind of world building. It like expands your world just a little bit more. So that's kind of my big point of view there. So this is a good start to a pathway here. I'm gonna go ahead and get this over there. So we still got cookies and creams over there. This will wind through. I actually have a map on my tablet that's sitting right next to me here as well that shows me where I want the roads to go and where the bridges need to be and things like that. So this should be roughly pretty close to what that is going to look like. But I will, let me pause here and then I'm going to take a look and I'll meet you where the first bridge needs to be. There's a little bit of plowing we need to do to get there, but yeah, I'll meet you at basically right there, which is where the first bridge needs to be. So I'll be right back. And we're back. We're here at the spot. I've got the road connected up to it this way. We're gonna dart over this way, I think. This one's gonna be a horizontal or a slanted bridge, I think. I think this is the most logical way to do it. Now, one thing I am going to do right here is I am gonna put one of our street lights right here. Since I have enough materials to do it. 3, 4. That way it can kind of signify like, hey, it's kind of a signal that like, hey, the bridge is over here, and it signifies that it's a place of interest from a distance. Go away, you. Go away. Yeah, our armor got absolutely ate up in the trial chamber and the bastion. So I'm very glad we, no, actually, the replacement armor I made for the bastion never fully got enchanted or anything, so I'm very glad that we finally got some new armor that didn't need to be enchanted necessarily. The freaking water stops the... Go away, you. But yeah, things are starting to get expensive anyway, so I'm glad we got some full armor now anyway. Okay, this is an unenchanted diamond pickaxe because my fortune pick, which I've been using as a work pick, starting to get a little low. Alright, you. So this little light should kind of direct folks, like saying, hey, this is more or less of a place of interest. Should be good. Now, I'm not going to build super complex... Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. They're just all popping off here, aren't they? We don't need this. We don't need you. Just slows down these arrows like crazy. Alright, you. But reminds me of my first night in this world, where I was just like in the middle of the night, wandering around in the first episode, getting attacked by everything, talking about how you gotta do hardcore things in hardcore mode. You know. So these bridges aren't going to be super complex or amazing. I'll probably go back and do some a little bit more fancy later. But currently, the goal is to travel them. I'm not going to make them look bad, but they're not going to be like magnificent bridges or anything like that. Especially these ones that are just crossing a little river kind of situation. Yeah. I don't think I have more lanterns, but do I have the ability to make more? I do. Dang nabbit, I just can't get my block placements today. There we go. Okay. But this should give us a little bit more of a way to traverse in kind of a dedicated way instead of running across these huge lakes, which, by the way, should probably name some of these lakes too at some juncture. Because there's a lot of large lakes in here, and I think some of them warrant having an actual name. Let's just make this a nice wide bridge. Oh goodness gravy, you go away. Glad we have armor now, because that makes life just ever so slightly easier. Okay, boop and boop. Let's get some more slabs. Okay, so we'll widen this out, and then we'll just put some like log pillars there. Alright, let's hold the torch. Come on, dude. Get up on out of here. We don't need all that. We don't need all that garbage. Alright, make this nice and wide so traversal is easy via horseback. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just boop, pop this guy up here, give it a little bit of support kind of thing. Right there is where this is going to go. I have aqua affinity so I can mine underwater now. Very nice, love that for me. Alright, now do we trim these? That's the question. Put these here. Maybe this here like that. No, not quite. Right. That would be the equivalency of right here. Perfect. And then we'll do the same over here. Just to log it up. Log, 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 log. Perfect. And then here's the same thing. Cool. And now we've got a tree and a forest in our way. So that's cool. But we'll put a torch here, a torch here. I don't mind using torches on bridges because it's a little less... We'll correct, like I said, we'll come back and correct some of these bridges at a later date. But so far, that at least gives us a path to traverse for now. It doesn't look horrible in the world. You know, it's not just like a big stone column. I had a big stone bridge that kind of expanded this area at one point, so I could get someplace on horseback, and that was awful. Okay, so we'll pack up shop and we'll do that. But I'll just keep on plowing a road through here, blazing a trail. Maybe I'll record it, maybe I won't, just in case. I don't think there's anything that's gonna actually hurt me here. I'd like a road to the actual spawn, like zombie spawner too. Might be smart. But like actually just riding a horse through here, like I want it to be a little bit immersive. Through a forest, you know. That'll be good. I think this will be good. So this bridge will suffice for now. It's not an amazing bridge, like I said, but it'll be something to where we can easily just pludge along. But that's our first bridge. So this one should go, theoretically, we should be able to just go kind of generally this direction from here. So we'll go forward, loop around just a little bit. And then our next bridge should be to a little bit of like an island, like a little river island kind of situation. Right about, let's see if I have my map correct. Because I do, like, I'm basing this off of the maps that I took in the one episode. So this should be a bit of a longer bridge, but I believe this is the little island we go to, and then it's going to require another little jump, and then that'll spit you right in Wayfarer's Rest. And then there's going to have to be a large number of bridges to get to Phoenix Landing, of course, but yeah, so this is the little island here, I believe. Wait a minute. Do we want to... We might want to span this long area. Because this little thing here... I'm not actually sure where I'm at on the map. All things being true. We might want to span this longer area. Oh, that's a really long bridge, but on the map it shows that it's going to be a long bridge. So it's not really a cheaty cam because I can't go through walls or anything, but let me get an idea where we're at. Okay, so this actually right here is the span that I need to go. Maybe we'll do it right here. That seems like a more logical area, and then wrap it around, go the road around. Actually, we wouldn't even need to do that. We could just build the bridge here, connect it right there, wrap the road in, bridge through here, and then bam, you're at Wayfarers. And that should do what we need it to do. So the road currently stops right there. So this road shouldn't be too bad to make it happen. It's loading because of my guys over there. But should be able to run this right through there, jump, and then bam, you're at Wayfarers. And that should be a logical path there. Cool. Then we can start running donkeys and stuff like that, and llamas and stuff like that. Connect it right here, and then we'll have a little train station right there eventually. And then this whole thing, we're gonna have to figure out how to span that. I'll show you because that's gonna require like a long bridge, and I think we're thinking like for that one. I think I'm thinking like a Brooklyn Bridge type, like city bridge for that, because that's gonna be an actual. We'll go over there and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is going to be crossing this huge lake, unless I can come up with, since we jumped that island to get to Wayfarers, it actually makes it kind of goofy to get to. It actually makes it kind of goofy to get here, but in order, so you're going to have to go through Wayfarers to get to Phoenix. Strategizing this out, because there's more efficient routes, I guess theoretically, to get to Phoenix Landing, but then again, not really. So if we go this way, come on you. If we go this way, it should take us to a beach over here. This is a little bit longer of a road stretch, not too bad though. And then we've got Titan's Tooth right there. So realistically, oh, that's a spawner. Realistically, in the most efficient way to do this, Titan's Tooth is there. So I'm thinking is this still Wayfarers over here? Oh, that's a ship. That's a sunken ship. Okay, so Wayfarers is here. Maybe we come off of the backside of Wayfarers Landing. Is this two ships? It might be. So building just a big, huge city bridge seems like the logical choice right here. We can go, so there's a couple interesting things here. So the road system will connect there, and then it can come out this direction, jump here, yeah, at this sandbar, and then just go all the way basically to Phoenix Landing, which would be a big bridge. Or yeah, no, I think this is one of those situations where fastest point between two areas is the best way. But man alive, is that going to be a build and a half. So let's see. I know this probably isn't the most interesting, but this is world building here for you. And I think we're gonna have like a Titan's Tooth station, and we also have our zombie spawner over that direction. So we're gonna need a road that goes to there. And Wayfarers is kind of the central hub for all this stuff, which kind of is cool because Wayfarers rest or landing rest. Wayfarers rest kind of represents a little bit more of like an economic hub of the world, which is kind of the idea. It's all the trade routes kind of pass through there, which is kind of what my initial thought process of it was anyway. So this will go through here. Titan's Tooth, I'll probably have some kind of Titan's Tooth station, just to make travel a little bit simpler. We're going to have to sort things like this out, for sure. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. So I'll be doing that, and by the next episode we should have all this completed. I have a couple more builds and things like that to do. We have a couple more, like I said, a little bit chiller episodes coming up, just because the last couple have been pretty exciting and pretty eventful. So hoping we can have a couple calm, cool Minecraft episodes here in the coming few. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Those are kind of my plans, what we're doing for the world, what's going on at the moment. I'll do a lot of off-camera work and stuff like that because, again, this isn't the most riveting content in the world, but I'll keep you guys posted as to what's going on and where we're going from there. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, feel free to subscribe. That would be appreciated. Also, you guys should check out some of my live streams. I've been live streaming a lot more regularly. Those have been gaining a little traction. Been doing a lot of repo. Very fun game. Highly recommend watching that content if you have not already. But, again, thank you so much for watching, and good day.